Imagine if Tony Stark was real, a genius inventor, a man who risked death for science, a man who charmed every room he walked into and every woman he met. You think that's just Iron Man? No, that was Benjamin Franklin. He didn't build a suit of iron, but he tamed lightning itself. He didn't create weapons, but he created inventions that saved lives. He wasn't just a thinker, he was a flirt, a fighter, and a fearless mind. A man who risked everything to turn his wild ideas into reality. Because while Tony Stark built an arc reactor to power his suit, Benjamin Franklin risked his life in a storm to prove that lightning and electricity were the same. One wrong move, and he would have been burned alive, electrocuted under the raging sky. Yet he stood there, holding that kite string, smiling at the storm, because for him, knowledge was worth dying for. In 1752, Franklin wanted to prove lightning was electricity. People thought he was insane, because back then, lightning was the wrath of gods. But Franklin didn't care. During a violent storm, he took his son, walked out into the roaring winds, and flew a simple kite with a metal key tied to the string. The clouds raged overhead. Thunder exploded like cannon fire. Rain soaked the hemp string, turning it into a live wire. Suddenly, the key sparked. Electricity surged through it. If that lightning bolt had struck directly, Franklin would have died instantly, burned alive on that muddy field. But to him, that risk was worth it, because in that moment, he unlocked the secret of lightning and paved the way for the electrical age. But Franklin wasn't just a scientist. He was a flirt, a poet with words sharp as lightning and just as dangerous. When he lived in France as a diplomat, women adored him. He was old, yes, but wise, witty, and endlessly charming. He wrote them poems, letters dripping with romance, humor, and hidden desire. He once wrote to a woman about choosing older lovers because they're wiser and more grateful. His words were scandalous, but women loved it. To them, Franklin was not just an inventor, he was an artist of words and secret passions. Franklin believed in living boldly. He never hid his thoughts. He wrote about religion, sex, politics. Nothing was taboo. He wrote about his own mistakes, his arrogance, his failures, because he believed a man's flaws were as important as his strengths. That is what made him real. And that is what made him great. But there was another moment he risked everything, when he sailed to France to beg for help during the American Revolution. He had no guarantee of success. He could have been captured by British ships and hanged for treason, but he sailed anyway. When he reached France, he played the role perfectly, wearing simple fur hats to appear like an American sage.